The question in this video is, who are those pushing Atiku Abubakar not to concede the presidential ticket of the African Democratic Congress to Peter Obi? Who are those encouraging him to remain adamant and obdurate against a clear case of somebody, Peter Obi, who is more popular than Atiku Abubakar? Yes, for Abubakar's age, for his political antecedents, and the fact of North-South and zonal justice. Or when did justice become immaterial to democracy? Because what the Atiku supporters are telling us is that for democratic reasons, they want to throw open the ticket of the coalition that is under the platform of African Democratic Congress Party, ADC. So, meaning that issue of justice is secondary to democracy. But democracy without justice, where has it landed Nigeria? So if we want positive change, then it must be that our democracy is grounded in injustice rather than in confusion, which throwing open the ticket of the ADC represents, meaning without regard for the north, south, or zonal justice. So it should be, you would have thought that it should be clear to Atiku Abubakar that he should hands off the gloves, the political gloves that he has been wearing since God knows when. Because he has been itching to become Nigeria's president since his second term ended as Nigeria's vice president in 2007. Vice president to Olusegun Obasanjo, 1999 to 2007. And since then till now, Atiku Abubakar has been itching and struggling and doing everything to become Nigeria's president to no avail. And now age doesn't matter to him anymore, but just the goal of becoming Nigeria's president. As desperate as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who doesn't care about zonal justice in the south, coming from the southwest where President Olusegun Obasanjo came from, 1999 to 2007. And now Atiku Abubakar doesn't care about justice that Muhammadu Buhari from the north had just finished his 8 years as Nigeria's president. Doesn't matter to him. So, but my question, who are those drumming support for Atiku Abubakar? Who are those telling him you still have hope? In the first instance, Atiku Abubakar is unprepared to hear the truth. He has a vision to initiate a coalition that will unseat President Tinubu and dismantle or relegate the All Progressives Congress. Everything to happen as to Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan and his People's Democratic Party in 2015. But Atiku Abubakar forgets that the APC was united behind Muhammadu Buhari. And that there was no confusion of throwing the presidential ticket open to North and South. This type of confusion, division, that has led to disillusion. That with the coalition, Atiku Abubakar can hide behind it and emerge as Nigeria's president. No, there are two things. You can emerge as the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress because you are the initiator of the coalition. You are the foremost financier of the coalition. You are the only one who can say how the coalition acquired African Democratic Congress to become the political party of the coalition. But beyond that, you have no power. Now, who are those drumming support for Atiku Abubakar, encouraging him? No problem. You are on course. You have no rival. Who are the pipers drumming support for Atiku Abubakar? They can be identified. Dele Momodu and Kenneth Okonkwo started the song. Nobody from the South can defeat President Tinubu in 2027, but somebody from the North. And you can imagine who is the desperate person from the North who is desperate to become Nigeria's president other than Atiku Abubakar, the initiator of the coalition, who became the landlord of the African Democratic Congress and invited others to join. So they say he who pays the piper, or rather whoever pays the piper, dictates the tune. But I'm saying that you may dictate the tune, but people don't necessarily have to dance to your tune. And so those the pipers, while they may continue to do the work for which they are paid, they have no way of guaranteeing you success. And I'm saying also that the three of you, or all of you, have agreed, together with Peter Obi, as we are hearing, that whoever emerges as the presidential candidate of the ADC will be supported by others. But Peter Obi has no control over all of his, in fact, the overwhelming majority of his supporters. And what I read on the handwriting I read on the wall is that the moment the presidential ticket of ADC is known not to be given to Peter Obi himself will lose many supporters who may not even vote in 2027. So, as you may tune your song, it can only be joined by those who want to join. So maybe Peter Obi's core supporters will follow him to vote for somebody who is not Peter Obi. But I don't see those who are not politicians but wants Nigeria's justice, electoral justice, political justice, north, south, and zona, they will not go with Peter Obi to support whoever emerges as the president. So there are pipers drumming support, encouragement, even reassurance for Atiku Abubakar, because whoever pays the piper dictates the tune. But that does not mean that everybody will dance to the tune or join in the chorus. There's a vision of North Zone and zonal justice, driving people like me, as drove our papa, Pa Ayo Adebanjo. And I personally don't see how God will support injustice. And that is why Nigeria has been failing since 2009, when Umaru Musa Yar'Adua started the unjustifiable and avoidable war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, avoided by President Olusegun Obasanjo, who maintained relative peace and relative progress. Not absolute peace, relative peace. Not absolute progress, relative progress, on which you would have expected his successors to build. But rather, they plunged Nigeria into warfare and then to herdsmen terrorism, and now claiming fuel subsidy that is non-existent is gone. All other subsidies are gone, yet sinking Nigeria in debt. Going to Japan to lobby for how to get funds to improve Nigeria's electricity, and I see failure in the same way that Nigeria's refineries have failed. So you have to drive the nation away from these retrogressive policies and actions of government, dating back to particularly 2009 till date. 2009 till date. Once the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua started his war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, nothing has become Nigeria's goal than how to defeat Boko Haram, which will never happen. Rather, more and more terrorist organizations are coming to Nigeria because the land is fertile for it. How? Herdsmen terrorism is encouraged since 2015 till date, added to the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community 2009 till date. To make the matters worse, the non-existent fuel subsidy is gone. Other subsidies are gone. Only to be floating fraudulent palliative schemes, including claiming to be transferring funds to anonymous indigent households. This level of mess. And some people want it to continue. But if Atiku Abubakar does not want it to continue, the earlier he concedes the presidential, he supports the presidential aspiration of Peter Obi, the better. Not for Peter Obi, but for North, South, and zonal justice, without which you can't have peace, let alone progress.